Here we go. Welcome, friends, to Thursday's night guided meditation. For those of you who are new, we have. Let me put this one a bit closer. We do about 5 or a few minutes before where we just talk a little bit if someone has questions, or I just sit and randomly tell stuff from my day, and then we sit for 20 minutes. After those 20 minutes, we're open to questions and answers if anyone has questions, or we just finish the sitting. It's Thursday today, so that means that we're not going to have any guidance. You'll be sitting by yourself, and then Mondays is the day that we have guided meditations. So grab yourself a cup of tea and get comfortable for today's sitting. I hope everyone had a good week. We had Easter here in Sweden. I'm not sure if you celebrated where you are, but Easter is pretty big here in Sweden for most people. I think it's just an opportunity to be with your friends and family. And we had typical Swedish weather. So we had, I think it was Monday, we had 15 degrees, 16, maybe even more degrees Celsius, which is spring weather with sun. And we were outside playing with the kids. And then the day after, we had 2 centimeters of snow and minus 2 degrees Celsius. So it's a typical spring here in the west coast of Sweden. Let's see if I have this going. Yeah. There we go. I had this one time when I started a stream and was going, but then it turned out that I had my stream on private, so no one could actually join the stream. There was a little bit of a problem for people to join when I didn't even have it public. There's also a delay, so it's kind of strange for me to talk to people because I will say something and then it will take you about 15 seconds before you can actually hear what I said. And then after that, I see your message and then respond. So before you get my message, it means that it will be almost half a minute or something. So it can be a little bit confusing when we're having conversations sometimes because we'll just talk around each other and and we won't really see where the others are. It's nice. There's something special about sitting just without any purpose, waiting for something. And if you think about it right now, we're sitting here waiting to start meditating, and then we're kind of in this feeling of, okay, it will get going soon, instead of just feeling we are here right now. And it's the feeling of time, how we're not actually here. We're more feeling that we're moving towards something in the future. So we're missing just kind of being here. Just gonna see, so I turned off my telephone. It's always a good thing to do. Let's see, I have this here. So, this is off. Nice. I think I'll wait another minute or two before we get going. I think today we'll focus a bit on time. and how we perceive time. Like I said before, we're sitting waiting for something, meaning that we're not really experiencing now. We have this distortion or feeling that something is about to come. And that's the tricky thing with time, is that we don't really perceive this moment or now, because we have a feeling of something that is going to come, which is actually taking us away from being here. Even though it's something exciting, even though it's something you're going to enjoy, there's something about not being there that just pulls you forward. Hey, Mindful Mama, nice to see you. Are you having a good day today? And here comes the 30-second delay between when I say something and you hear what I say, and then I see what you write, and then I answer back. So there's always like half a minute. I think it's almost half a minute in between. Hey, Oddity. Nice to have you. You've been here before, right, Oddity? I recognize it. Can't remember. Was that, or am I confusing you with someone else? I wonder if I can see that. I can see your... Oh, I can put you in timeout, Oddity, if you don't behave. Add as moderator. Eric report. Oh. I haven't really had any problems with my chat, so I never had to look at these things, but apparently I have some kind of control there if things get out of hand. Yes, a couple of times. I missed the past few weeks. Yeah, I had a memory of seeing you. And Tim is back. Always nice to see you. Thank you, my mom. I had a really good day today. And it's so funny. I just had a coaching client before this, and we spoke about this. We said that it's so interesting because I tend to say, even though I don't really feel that way, that, oh, I had a good day, so I feel good, which really isn't, it doesn't feel that relevant anymore. It's always nice to have a good day. I don't mind. But that says very little of how I'm feeling right now, because I could have had an amazing day and feel like absolute crap right now. Or I could have had a terrible day and feel brilliant right now. But it is interesting. It's so ingrained in how we have an opening conversation that we say, how was your day and how was your week? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying it is interesting how we put so much emphasis on what happened before. Like, what was it like a few hours before, but not now. Like, what is it actually like now? And when you talk about time, of course, it's always now. So earlier today it was now, and now it's now. So it's always just moments of now, kind of. It is fun when you start thinking about time differently, when you start thinking about how now really is the only time you have to feel better, to feel good. If you don't feel good now, are you going to wait until now? Meaning now 5 minutes from now, or now 5 hours, 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 years? Like, why aren't you allowing yourself to feel good now? Because when you feel good in the future, it will also be now. And when you felt good in the past, it was actually now then also. Oh, I see the time has come. So let's sit. We'll start with the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. I'll just say it out aloud, and you guys can do it by yourself at home. So we'll start with 5 things that we can see. And I can see a pink sweater. I can see a pair of glasses. I see a lens cap for my camera. I see my glass case. And I see some pens in a cup over there. So those are 5 things I can see. And then we look for 4 things that I can touch. And I can touch the carpet. I can touch the mouse lying here. I can touch this microphone arm. And I can touch my meditation cushion. Those are 4 things that I can touch. And then we get to senses that requires a little bit more concentration. So now we look for 3 things that you can hear. And I hear the gentle dripple of rain outside. It's just a small drizzle, and it just sounds very cozy when you listen to it. I can hear, except for that, I hear there's a car passing, and the sound of the car is different because it's wet. So you can hear the tires sound different. And I can hear some crackling in the building that I'm in. And then after we had 3 things that we can hear, we focus on 2 things that we can smell. I can smell chewing gum because I've chewed some chewing gum before, and it's lying in here, so it smells a lot of chewing gum. Strawberry flavor. I see something else I can smell. I smell some kind of fabric. Maybe it's the carpet. It smells, or maybe wool. There might be some wool that's a little bit wet nearby. And then lastly, we take 1 thing that we can taste. And I taste my rooibos tea. So now get into a position where you're comfortable. And we'll start the meditation. as usual, if you want to, you can just continue sitting, or you're free to ask questions if you have them. See, Mindful Mama says, thank you. I felt rather foggy today, and meditating really helped me to become more clear and aware today. Nice. It can go both ways, actually. It's not that you always become clearer when you meditate. Many times it does, because it depends on why you're foggy also. Fogginess can be that you're stuck in some kind of state, or you're really stuck in your mind that can make you see things as foggy because you're so caught up in what's going on, the distortions from your thoughts, and then it feels like everything is hazy or misty. It's the way that when you drive the car and you've been driving for half an hour and go, oh, I arrived and I can't remember anything I did. That's not because you were so aware of what was happening that it didn't feel like time was passing. That was because you were lost in the distortions of your mind, kind of, and came back. And sometimes it works like that it helps, but it can also kind of get you stuck in states like that as well. I'm glad it worked out well for you today. Tim said, I became really sleepy, but that's all right. Gonna take a nap after this. Oh yeah, me too. I'm not even going to take a nap. I'm gonna go to sleep after this. It's bedtime here. I was saying to my fiancé the other day that people who go out and party until late at night, for me, or for us, that's kind of crazy. At 9 o'clock, we're dead tired and need to go to bed because the kids are going to wake us up at, if you're lucky, 6:30, unlucky, 5:30 or 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we need our rest to be able to handle it. Being a parent is a late night kind of thing. You don't have to work tomorrow. That's nice. You can do some extra meditation or just take some time to relax and enjoy. We ordered a saw. It's so strange with this, the screen I see. It has so I can press hearts. A sauna. Oh, okay, I can press hearts and stuff here. Like this. But then I can't see what you guys write, the last part. See, we ordered a sauna. Gonna do some meditation and chanting with the singing bowl. Wow, that sounds nice. With the singing bowl. Oh, singing bowl in the sauna. In the Netherlands, where my fiancé is from, they have a lot of saunas. Saunas is a really big thing, and they have. I haven't actually been to one where they have singing bowl, but I'm sure they have that. Wouldn't that get really warm though, because that's metal? I mean, well, maybe they can have a cushion, like I have here, so then you don't actually burn yourself. Cool. We have at our home we have a big. Not a big, but I think it's a 6 or 8 person hot tub. So we burn firewood in it for a few hours, and we get around 38 to 40 degrees Celsius, and then we just sink in there, and it's so nice. It's kind of like a sauna, but it has a bit more. It feels like you become cleaner from the water somehow. See, I did it last weekend too. Felt really good. I laid on the cold earth afterwards to ground. Oh, that sounds very nice. Yeah, saunas are amazing. And I like singing bowls. I actually got a singing bowl when I was in Dharamsala, where the Dalai Lama is, and they were selling them like everywhere. And we learn how to kind of do you turn it around like that. And it seems so fascinating somehow. It's that you can just pull it around, and if you do it in the right way, it just starts really vibrating and singing. And if you have big ones, they make huge sounds. It's quite an experience. Cool. Can I ask something? I actually have. I did a good night, my full mama. Resonance, yeah. Skashuchi. Skakuachi. Like a playable singing, but okay, I never heard of that. Sounds rather interesting. Skakuchaki. It's a Japanese bamboo flute. Okay. I have to. Well, I can Google that afterwards, actually. Zen Buddhism. Yeah, cool. I had never heard of that. But I think something that's popular on YouTube is those. Is it called hanpan or handponan? The things you kind of dung dung dung. They sound like, I don't know. They sound really special, and it's kind of nice to listen to. There's a lot of people who do cool stuff on YouTube and just play all those kind of things. I personally don't see the spiritual aspects of most of it, but I really enjoy the sounds because they just have interesting sounds to them. There's a whole tradition around the blowing meditation. Blowing meditation, okay? As in blowing the wind blowing on you, or that you do someone blows at you, or what does it mean? I'll look at it afterwards to see what it is. Blowing the flute. Oh, okay. Yeah, flute is also a really interesting instrument. I used to love instruments when I was younger. I played I don't know the name of it, but the flute where you play to the side. And then I played the piano for a while. And then I started the guitar. And then I started the piano because I was doing singing. And then it's good to play the harmonies. But the problem was that I hadn't really learned the guitar fully. So then I kind of didn't quite learn that. And then I started the piano. And then I never got good at anything, unfortunately. But instruments are fun. Singing is fun. Yeah, I used to work with students who were stay at home from school, so they didn't go to school for like months or years, and then our job was to make them get back to school. Actually, I saw it as my job to make them feel good again, and then they would just naturally go back to school. But one of my students, he said that, Martin, you're not an expert in anything, but you know a lot of things. And that's, well, he doesn't know I'm expert in what we're doing here is something I consider myself pretty good at. But except for that, I have so many things I kind of know a little bit about. And the problem is I could get good at any of them. But since there's too many and I find all things so interesting, there are few things that I really put my mind to learn. And meditation is one of the few things that I really put my mind to. Well, I think it's actually getting close to bedtime. Nice sitting today, and I'll see everyone Monday again when we have a guided meditation. There'll be a new video today again. This, I think, Saturday or Sunday I'll be releasing it. And it'll be a little bit different than the other ones because it'll be a channel trailer. So I'm curious to see what you guys think about it. Thank you, everyone, and I hope you have a nice weekend.